Very good evening to all you Kyle Army Park equestrian fans. We do hope that you are well, and we also hope that you are preparing your videos for the Hobby Horse Derby competition. We have already received a few of those videos and they are looking good. We are expecting a whole lot more. Remember that the closing date is the 30th of this month. We'll then upload all those videos in one bang shoot to our Kyle Army Park Equestrian YouTube channel, and then give it a few days. We'll let you know that the date we are announcing the winner of that competition. We want to make it fair for everybody, so we will be uploading all those videos that we receive in one go so that you all have the same amount of time to get those likes coming in. Remember that it's the video with the most likes that will be crowned the winner, and courtesy of Equipage, the winner will walk away with 5,000 Rand. So that is not to be sneezed with. Remember, the sponsor of the competition is Equipage, a division of Hollard, in association with Kyle Army Park Equestrians. So whether you want to include the sponsors in your video, we're not saying that there are any brownie points for doing that, but it would be nice to give a big shout out to those sponsors. Also, of course, we've got the Kent Farrington skipping rope competition. I am told by good authority that there's a lot of skippers out there that are practicing. Remember, 2,000 Rand up for grabs for the winner of the Kent Farrington Skipping Challenge video. And the same story applies, that you need to have those videos to us by no later than the 30th of this month. The address to send both the hobby horse and the skipping videos is admin@kylearmyparkclub.co.za. And of course, in the meantime, do upload those videos to your Facebook page and the necessary tags Equipage as well as Kyle Army Park Equestrian. Right, apart from those two competitions, we've got the quiz night that's happening this coming Saturday. And some wonderful prize money courtesy of Equipage as well to the winning team. That'll be 3,000 Rand. So again, not to be sneezed at. Now, the company that's facilitating the quiz night is the Dream Team. And speaking to me about how it's all going to go down, how they're going to manage it, is Jerry from the Dream Team. Good evening, Jerry. How are you?
Hey, Aidan, thanks. It's great to be here, but I must say at my age, it's great to be anywhere.
Right, so we're glad that you are all well in lockdown, safely ensconced in your house. But come this Saturday, Dream Team is going to be facilitating via Zoom, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's going to be a dial into Zoom. I think everyone's sort of a semi-expert on that now. If not, you've registered, you've got a meeting ID, get on and play around with it. It's fairly straightforward. You'll be logging in on that so we can see you, we can have a bit of interaction, but you'll need another device. A mobile phone works well. That's going to be using a little bit of technology to make sure that the scoring is slick and instant. We'll give you feedback on it. None of this pub quiz stuff with filling out your answer sheets. There's no safe social distancing way to pass them around. So we're going to be sat in our lounges and playing it with a little bit of technology. So don't be intimidated by Zoom, but do put a little bit of practice in before if you haven't used it.
So if you're like me and you're using your phone for Zoom, you'll still need a second device to be able to answer all the questions.
You will. So you could use two phones, you know, it's a family. So you can use two phones. A laptop's great with Zoom if you've got, or a desktop. And if you're very fancy, you can probably get it up to the TV. But you know, it's good if we can see one another. The phone is obviously the major device. If you just had to come in on a phone, it wouldn't be the worst, but obviously, you know, switching to get audio and whatever and keeping up with the fun is going to be a little bit harder. So if you can, two devices, laptop is perfect for Zoom.
So if people want to play and they haven't yet registered, they go along to the Kyle Army Park Equestrian Facebook page and have a look at the registration details. All details are available on that Facebook page. Go through the registration process. What happens then? Do they then get a Zoom link on the day, or how does it happen?
Good question, Aidan. So they're going to get a Zoom link. As soon as they register, they'll get the details for the Zoom link. All they need to do is be early, because we're going to open the doors on the dot at 7. And we're not going to mess about too much. We're going to get it underway. So don't straggle. Good practice is to be there 5 or 10 minutes early. You'll find yourself in a waiting room. On the dot, we'll open the doors. in you come. We'll go through the formalities. So you'll once you register, that's when you're going to get the meeting details. And the thing with the Zoom meetings is they give you a whole lot of details. Really, you just need the meeting ID that's clickable if you want to join in your browser. If you've got that app, you can put the actual meeting ID in there. So it's all pretty simple, but don't start trying to figure it out at the last minute, obviously. So do a little bit of practice before.
Now, most quizzes, they would have 5 or 6 people per team, but this is really about how many people are behind one given device. It's not that one team member will be sitting in their own home and another team member in another home. All team members need to be behind the same device.
Exactly. So it's going to be typically be smaller teams, which is great. We often find that the smaller teams do well even in our live events. You know, too many cooks can spoil the broth. You're going to find out on Saturday as well that this quiz is going to be a little bit time-based to keep that energy up, and dare I say, to stop people from Googling. We will be time-limited questions, so we'll give you plenty of time to give us your answer if you know the answer, but it won't be time to go and reference encyclopedias or Google. 2 people in the team is great. 1 person, if you're there by yourself, is also fine.
Sounds wonderful, Jerry. And how many questions and what sort of questions are you going to be throwing at us? Do these come out of a computer-generated program, or are you making tailor-made questions for the equestrian fraternity?
Right. Okay. Very good question, Aidan. You should do my job because your questions are awesome. But of course, if you really want to know, you're going to have to be there on the night. I will tell you, I am not going to take on the equestrian community. There's some serious boffins out there. I'll throw 1 or 2 in from my limited contacts. My wife is horsey, as you would say. So she's got a couple of crackers for me, but it's not going to be a busman's holiday. We're going to go all over the world. We're going to put in some quirky facts, no trick questions. And I'll say trick where it's a play on words, but there'll be ones that maybe aren't the obvious. Hopefully it's stuff that you'll say, oh, wow, okay, I learned something a little bit there. The pressure's coming in as well, and some fun stuff. We're not going to make this boring. I promise you it's not going to be that typical pub quiz where we're going to say, who was the Transvaal cricket captain in 1922 and what was his batting average? So exciting, fun stuff, fast feedback. You're going to know what the leaderboard looks like regularly. And $3,000 up for grabs, that's pretty good. You know, I think that's going to hopefully get the competitive spirit to the fore from your members.
And we start at 7 o'clock. What's the expected finish time? How many questions are you throwing our way?
Right, so we're going to look at about 45 minutes worth of questions over there. So, you know, we'll probably get through 40 or so questions. So a large variety of that. So, you know, we'll be wrapped up definitely within the hour. You know, you can have too much of a good thing. We hope that when we leave you, you're going to be saying, oh, that was so good. I wish it went on longer. Not that you're thinking, flippin' heck, when is this going to finish? So we've got a good little feel for our audience there, I hope.
Well, I've already done my registration. Remember, members, that there is a 50 Rand entrance fee per team. And of course, you could stand a chance to walk away with 3,000 Rand courtesy of Equipage, a division of Hollard. So that's this coming Saturday. Jerry, tell us a little bit about the Dream Team and what you guys do, because you've come to the party very kindly at a very low rate for our Kyalami Equestrian Park members. And we very much appreciate that. This is your chance to give yourself a little bit of a sell.
Super. Thanks, Aidan. So, yeah, we're a local company. I live in Bolu. Our offices are in Midrand. If you're giving your age away, if you remember Richard Loring's soundstage, we're right there. So we were delighted to get the opportunity. I met Madeline at another event that we did online over Easter and thought, great, we'd love to do this. So what we do essentially is we work with conferences, we work with seminars, with companies that want to engage, motivate, and train their team. So the sort of genre that we're known as is team building, but that means so much more nowadays. We don't get too much involved or at all in the old sort of outdoor Seika Cascanada and climbing up a hill with a rock on your back that was the 90s sort of stuff. Where we started in 1992. We did a lot of clever stuff, a lot of digital stuff, and a lot of really amazing stuff that can wow people. People are getting anesthetized to stuff. They've seen it all before. So we try and come up with really great stuff. Part of a global company, we've got 50 offices around the world, and we draw on that network for really, really exciting activities. And of course, at the moment, we've been thrown into turmoil as much as anyone. So a lot of our live events, or all of them, are basically cancelled. So we've got some really great remote activities that we do online. So the best way to find out about us is get to www.dreamteam.co.za, and you can see the 150 or so different types of activities do there, with a special section now for remote team building that can be done online, people from their own homes, etc.
Jerry, it's been wonderful chatting. We all look forward to Saturday evening. It's guaranteed to be a whole lot of fun. Thank you for your time. So, members, don't forget, if you haven't registered, go along to the Facebook page, Kailami Equestrian, and make sure that you click on the relevant links there. Get your registration done. Jerry, one last question. Is there a limit to how many teams? I know we've already got 15 signed up. We were hoping for 10, so we're already ahead of the curve. How many can you facilitate? So what I'm saying is people should get in now.
Yeah, so you know what? Being perfectly openly honest, we can facilitate however many come. So, but we could get close to capacity with that. So get in early, get in quick. The teams that register early are going to get special bonus points. Okay, is my nose growing longer there? That's not the case, of course. But yeah, get in early, get a good seat, as they say, and the more the merrier. The more the merrier. So if we can get 30 teams, 50 teams, 100 teams, it would be wonderful.
I'm off to swat up on my general knowledge. We'll catch you on Saturday night. Looking forward to it. Once again, Kailami Park Equestrian. Go there, register, do the necessary. We'll see you all this coming Saturday at 7 p.m. sharp.